session is on the broad area of transcriptomics, and that covers a lot of things. So actually, our first two presentations dealt specifically with two companies that are using therapeutic approaches of antisense, or siRNAs, to knock genes down. Our third presentation was actually from Beckman Coulter, and they were talking about some of their automated preps for the making of the various libraries that one could use for transcriptomics. In the afternoon session, we're going to be going into other aspects of transcriptomics, from single-cell transcriptomics. We're going to have a little half-hour discussion with a group of people talking about long non-coding RNA. So we're really covering the very broad area. Interestingly, transcriptomics is so broad in its own, you can, and I have chaired an entire meeting just on transcriptomics. It's one of the issues and problems with this whole sequencing space, is it's monstrous at this point, and trying to cover all of sequencing is a monumental task. I think the most exciting thing really has to be the sheer numbers of individuals who are going to be analyzed with these types of technologies. If we go back just a few years, we really only had a small handful of people that had been looked at with any of these technologies, and we're really going to be approaching 1 million people sequenced, perhaps 1 million cancer genomes within the next year, and I think that is going to be really dramatic. It's going to be a field day for bioinformaticians, especially bioinformaticians who understand something about biology. I think they're going to be, for example, the 7 Bridges and the stuff that they're doing, to have a usable interface where you could take all that data and play with it. It makes me wish that I, A, wasn't as old as I am, but I've always wished that, and B, that if I could go back and relearn something, it would be bioinformatics, because I think a biologically informed bioinformatician is going to have a heyday with this type of data. I think in the clinic right now, it is the small gene panels that are seeing the greatest traction. And then the secondary thing is kind of the stuff with Stephen Kingsmore, where he's able to look at neonatal intensive care units in children and analyze their genome in a day. So those are two specific applications. I think transcriptomics is going to be dragging behind those in the next 6 to 12 months. I don't think we're going to see very much clinical traction with them. It remains purely in the research space, but I think that technologies are getting better. We can look at things which were used to be invisible, and the issue in question about what is the entire transcriptome, the complexity and the completeness of it, is just going to begin to be understood. This is my third festival, and it's very nice to see the breadth of these festivals and the different cities that they're held in. So coming from Minnesota, it's a lot of fun to go to London, and I'm already signed up for next London. But there's nothing wrong with visiting Boston or San Francisco. Those are 3 cities for foodies like myself that are absolutely wonderful. In addition, one of the nice things is you also get to see the different cultures from the 3 places, because in Boston, where you have 300 universities, and the Broad and Harvard and MIT, you have a concentration of expertise. In the California area, you have different expertise, but that's interesting, where a lot of the companies are the providers. And in London, you have London, and it's such a great place to play.